Here I am at an Amish sale in Honey Creek or Reedsville, PA. Pretty small sale. This guy has a little machine shop and he fixes washing machines, and I guess it's his second sale in 4 or 5 years he's had here, maybe 6 or 7 years. But he got some of the stuff ready to go. I think by the looks of it, he might have paid someone else to get stuff ready to go. But there's a couple, again, with the cream of the crop as far as potato planter or potato plows go. They have the shaker in the back. He put some new spades on them and painted them. I'm not sure he changed bushings or anything like that. New handles on that one. Here we got a little harrow. Kind of looks like an International, but I'm not sure. And here we got a Rosenthal Husker shredder. Again, I've said before, back in the day, Husker shredders were kind of an item, and now this will probably bring some pretty good money just because they're getting kind of hard to find. But there's some red flags here. You know, it is not common to have to work on a Husker shredder like that. And he obviously, there's a lot of new bolts there, and that's, I don't know if he did bushings or bearings were bad or gears were bad or something, but that is not common for that. So that's kind of definitely red flags. I'm not really interested anyway, because quite frankly they go bad before I can sell them, or they don't go bad but they deteriorate. You know, the paint deteriorates and so forth. But it doesn't look bad. It's just that I'd say that those new bolts would have me a little bit concerned. And here we have an old kicker Tedar. It's been a long time since I've seen a kicker Tedar that was for sale. It's like all of them, you know, lots of wobble, lots and lots of wobble. The big thing with kicker Tedars, if you're looking for a kicker Tedar, is this shaft, this crank right here, splits right here in the middle. And this piece right here is broken a lot, and they're very hard to find. And everyone is different. Like you can't put a McCormick one on a Deering, you can't put a Deering one on a McCormick, and you can't put a McCormick or a Deering on an International. It's just, they're very, very, very hard to find. I've been around for 62 years, and I think I might have 3 or 4. And by the time someone wants something, I'm not going to have the one he wants. There's an old number 7 mower. I don't know. It's fairly tight. Not too bad. Nice little 5-foot. He's got a smooth knife in it. Replaced the pitman. Probably could use an oil seal. I mean, that might make someone a nice little mower. I don't know. I don't see anything glaringly wrong. And here's a hay loader, a new idea. To watch for here is bent cranks, and usually if you look across and they look like they're all in a row, well, that's pretty good. Years and years and years ago, I put up pictures of how I straightened them already. I don't need to do that ever again. But new wood, looks like new wood. 3-bar, which is not as good as the 4-bar to a lot of guys. New plate underneath. The sprockets seem to be in line. Although they changed around a little crooked for some reason. It could just be the way it's sitting. Yeah, I don't know. I could bring $1,000 pretty easy. And there's a John Deere LUC power unit. We used to buy combines just to get that power unit off and then sell the power unit and junk the combines. And here we got a dumpster on wheels. And here we have a supposedly rebuilt New Idea manure spreader. And I would and this was done from some of my competition down the road. I don't know, they welded cleats on there. It looks like that's old though. You know, it's but you know, I hate to pick another guy's stuff apart because I'm sure a lot of people do that for me. Pick my stuff apart. It's easy to forget a bolt, you know, like that. You just get busy, you get a phone call or something like that. But this is a supposedly rebuilt manure spreader. And you know, there's old beater bars. They're good. There's an old shaft, and it may be good, it may be bad, I don't know. But you know, again, you hate to pick a guy's stuff apart, but there are bolts without a lock washer on them. Now, they could be lock nuts. I didn't look at close, but I don't think they are. And he did that here, and he did that there. So there's bolts with no lock washers on a very important piece that does a lot of work. And all it has to do is one of these bars to fly off and come down and catch that chain, and you did a lot of damage. You know, and this guy should know better. But there's a chain on backwards. There's a chain on wrong. You know, and here, that would never leave my shop like that, and a rebuilt manure spreader. Yeah, a lot of guys are going to be fooled by paint. This will bring as much as I get for manure spreaders, just because, you know, people don't know. And here's angle irons. Angle irons are used, and that's a no-no, because they're always thin, and that'll be thin. I just don't want to crawl underneath and look at it. But that spreader will bring as much as I get in my shop, just because of the paint job. And here's another thing. You know, again, it's really nitpicking, but it takes, you know, just get the right size bolts, the right length, and then he has lock washers. And this is my theory. Number one, the wood is weaker than the lock washer, so I never put lock washers on wood, but I know other people do. So I don't know what the right answer is, but I would never put lock washers on wood. It's just, you know, over time, again, the wood structure of the wood is weaker than the lock washer, so eventually the bolts work loose. Yeah, like I say, I hate to pick apart another guy. There's another bolt that's not tight. And again, you get busy, I understand that. And people, you know, you just forget to come back to it. And there's going to be another bolt that's not tight. Yeah, so that's what it is. But here, I'm not sure who did this, but they did a really nice job on this. We know those wheels are $750, so that's $750 right there. Put a new cutter bar on it, that's $125. New guards, new clips, new wear plates. You know, that's 200 some dollars, $250, $260. Looks like a brand new pitman from end to end. That's good. Something's a little funky about that ledger plate there. Almost kind of makes me believe. You used to be able to buy them serrated or smooth. The last 10 years or so, I've only ever gotten one kind. I was never given the option to get either one. But that's a smooth one, and that's not a big deal. But yeah, he did a good job. That mower could bring 3,000, 3,200, 3,500 even. We'll see. I'll tell you, I think I'm making it bring 2 anyway. Here's a spreader. I am not sure. It's a case. It's not a case. I am not sure what brand that is. It kind of looks like a case. But again, you throw paint on stuff, People see that paint and they think it's worked on. That spreader was definitely not worked on. That was a weird front end too. It might be original. I'm not sure if that's an original front end or not. That's gonna bug me now. Boy, it just looks like a case, but the frame doesn't look like a case. I don't think that's original. That there is different too. Maybe I don't know what it is. The paddles are goofy too. Yeah, it kind of has a case gearbox to it. Yeah, I think someone's gonna buy that spreader and regret they did it. But down there, if you look, that bearing, that little tit there should fit in that slot to keep that bearing from turning. In the same way with that one, that's gonna be problematic in the long run. Yeah, someone's gonna buy that paint and they're gonna regret the fact that they did. We'll see. So that's the sale today here in Mifflin County, Reedsville, PA. Nice place. I've been here a bunch. Been in here a bunch. And that farm up there, there was a sale earlier this year that I videoed. Probably 2 months already now. So that's where I bought the potato planter and the corn planter. I'm not sure what else I bought. Yeah, it's nice up here. Not a lot of traffic. Pretty quiet. So that's today.